Hello, welcome back to Coffee with Temmi. How are you doing? So today I'm going to talk about something that I've been really upset about for a while now, and I also see that it's also trending online, on TikTok, on YouTube. I'm getting audio, and some people thought I will not talk about it because a number of people that I know are also doing this. But you know what? I've got to stay true to myself. I've got to stay true to what I think, and that's why this started at the beginning anyway. So, how did we get here? What am I talking about? How did we get here, and how did we start? And you will figure it out as we go along. It started, I think, when we started wearing underwear as outerwear. When it became where we took Hollywood and brought it into the house, where we stopped believing, where we stopped understanding what is fantasy and should be left on the screen, and we brought it into the house. We brought it onto the street. We brought it into our daily wear. It started when we removed or we forgot appropriate dressing. When we would wear anything at any time. When I was growing up, so we didn't have much to start with, so we had clothes for different things. What you wore at home, what you wore when you were going out, obviously what you wore to school, just your school uniform and your shoes, and what you wore to different places, depending where you're going to your party, where you're going to visit, who were you going to visit, also determine what you were going to wear. Were you going to church? So we had clothes for different, and you knew what part of the wardrobe to go to. And if you're my age, you will know what I'm talking about. It started when we took the I think we forgot, we forgot who we are. We started believing what the screen was telling us was right. What the screen, and I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to say which screen now, but whatever you were looking at, we started believing what the media told us was the correct way to be. As a black woman, I'm going to use myself, as a black woman, we forgot that our beauty is in the way we look. It's in the voluptuousness, if I can say so, because I am voluptuous, of our body. We forgot that our that black don't crack, that our skin is beautiful. Okay, yes, of course I'm wearing makeup. I'm on screen before anybody comes to get me because of that. It started when we just forgot who we are. It started when we started using less fabric. Can I put it that way? We started when we started using less fabric to make our outfits, and we thought it was all right. So again, we're bringing Hollywood in. It started when we attached our value, all that we are, into what we're wearing, and not so much as what we're wearing, but the part of our body that was being shown in what we're wearing. So you know where I'm going with this. It has become really bad now that we have brides who go into church. They're going for the wedding, and they're wearing a lot less than they should be. They're showing a lot of skin that is not appropriate. I think people forget that they're going into the house of God. And the most annoying part of this, they're wearing white, but they're wearing something that could possibly be a swim. There's one on YouTube that I'm sure everybody must have seen by now. It's basically a swimming outfit, a swimming costume with something like a veil over it. And you say you're going to be married. Well, I look at, I've got all these things written down, and I find that I actually don't need to look at them, but they do help. So it's when you're going into church, what is in your head? When I was growing up, again, my age showing, we had clothes. Okay, we didn't have money, so it was okay. But I think everybody had what they wore to church. You know that term you put in on your Sunday best? It came from there. Because when you were going to God's house, what do? You dressed for the occasion. We forgot. It started when we forgot the appropriateness of dressing for certain places. When even going to the office, we wear things that are meant for the nightclub. And I think people forgot that the office, the nightclub, church, home, there was just a big difference. But nobody said anything. It was accepted because if you said it, you were discriminating about their choices, you were discriminating about who they were, and this kept going on. This kept going on. When I am going to church, and I tell this to my young people, I teach youth, that I say I'm going on a date. I'm going on a date with God, and they dress appropriately. I like to think I dress appropriate. I definitely don't show skin when I'm going to church, and if I have, I must have fallen on my head that day. We go into the house of God with, I don't know, is the word impunity? Is that what I'm looking for? And I can't remember what that means now, so I'll check it while I'm doing the editing. It's like we don't even remember where we're going. We don't remember whose house we're going. First, it was off the shoulder, and then it's the slit, that's all the way up. My mom will say, it's cut all the way to the armpits. Obviously, it's not to the armpit, but you understand what I'm saying. And this just kept going from bad to worse. And now we have people who are singing gospel, and I'm not going to call them worship leaders. I think maybe it's a job that they do. They come and do some, just sing for you here and go back to the nightclub, jazz club, wherever it is that they're singing. Because what they are wearing, and they're standing there on the altar. If this was God of the Old Testament, anyway, we'll all be dead. If this was God of the Old Testament, we'll all be dead. So they're standing right there in front of the church. We're looking at them. Everyone is sitting there looking in front. And this is ridiculous. You can see boobies, like my kids will say, jumping up and down as they move around. They stand in a certain way so that the slit can show their legs. Why? Are you there for a performance, or are you there to lead the people in worship in the presence of God, to give praise, to give glory to God? Who exactly are you talking to? Who are you singing for when you're up there? And this kept going on. Now we're wearing clothes that leaves nothing to be imagined, because everything that you have is now molded into this dress that you're wearing. And when you look at how the dress molds the body, I don't think there's underwear underneath. And I think I would say I can be bad, or I'm absolutely terrible. I don't know which is which. I actually asked a girl, are you wearing underwear? Because I can't see any lines for bras, for panties. Yes, I know there should be no visible panty line. But I still don't know. She said she was wearing, but I still don't know. I'm thinking, where, how is anything under this dress? And we still haven't finished. There is the makeup. Yes, I'm wearing makeup because I'm on screen. I want to look presentable. But I can tell you, I'm wearing my lipstick, my eye pencil, and powder. I have no foundation or anything on. I can't. I don't have the time. For me, it's a waste of, not a total waste of time, but if I'm going to spend, yes, you can see that I'm not used to all of this because it's itchy, and that's why I keep pulling it. So I'm not against things to enhance what you have. Let me put it that way. And there is a time and a place for it. Okay, butterfly eyelashes is not meant for church. V-neck that go all the way down here is not meant for church. Dresses that show everything that you have is not meant for church. And if you're in church and you're wearing a G-string, which happened recently, a G-string, and you're putting your hands up to praise the Lord, and the top that you're wearing is too short, It looks nice when your hands are down, but you have no jacket on and the top is too short. What happens is everybody behind you now has a view, unwanted view of your G string going down into the crack of your bum. I'm sure you knew this when you were dressing up. I'm sure you knew where you were going. If you had to wear the G string and the pants, then wear a longer top. Because you know at one point you might take off your G. So just wear a longer top. About all this, I don't want to say all well and good because it's not all well and good. Now, pastor's wife have got onto this trend. I try very hard, very, very hard not to talk about pastors and pastor's wife. You know, man of God, woman of God, I try very hard. Even female pastors, so it's not just pastor's wife, even female pastors. I saw something that I was like, why will this woman dress like this? I don't know if I'm allowed to put, so I'm going to do 2 versions of this. I'm going to do one with photos that I have to show what it is I'm talking about. And if YouTube says no, then I'll put the other one without any photos. But all you have to do is go to YouTube. You can see all the things I'm talking about. So this is a pastor. She's a female. She's a pastor. She's wearing a girdle. You know, the regular girdle. She's wearing a black girdle under this dress that for some reason is slit up to exactly where the girdle is, or even above the girdle. This woman, I'm not body shaming, but she's big, and everything she's wearing is, you know, snug on her body. She's got what do we call it? She's got a muffin top, even more than a muffin top. She's just like me, you know. She's got a muffin top showing there. Everything is hanging. Everything is stuck to this dress, and from the angle that the photo was taken, you're looking at her thigh and at the girdle. I mean, how else do I need to wear a black girdle? What are we doing? Who are we going to show off for? When pastors or gospel singers or worship leaders are taking videos of themselves getting dressed and, you know, showing us how well they look before they go out, or when we are looking at the pastor's wife whose dress starts from here or stops here, I don't know, is it going up or is it coming down? I'm not sure which one to call it now. And we're seeing her breast. Why? What are you saying? Who on earth are you trying? I don't even know. Are you trying to impress someone? I've never seen the need to show flesh to impress. I've never seen the beauty in half of me hanging out. I have done it. I won't lie. I have done it. And especially when I was younger, I wore mini, I wore all of that. But you know, at a certain stage, you know better, you do better. Okay, you know better, you do better. You don't wear what shouldn't be. I just don't know where we're going with this. Maybe there needs to be a conference. I know some pastors are speaking out, but more needs to be done. When someone comes, there were some churches, I think they were Anglican churches or Baptist churches, I can't remember now. When you wore something that they felt was not appropriate for church, they will give you a scarf. They will tell you to put a scarf around your legs. They will tell you to sit and put a scarf on your lap because they didn't want your lap showing. And I know there are some churches where women, I won't say people now, who are dressed in certain ways, were not allowed to sit behind the first or second row of the church. They wanted the pastor to concentrate. If you were there for other reasons, they needed you to sit somewhere else and, you know, conclude your business somewhere else. We need to start taking care of ourselves, women. We need to start telling ourselves. And anyone who is my friend, who's been going to church with their boobs out, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's right. And I have to say this. I may have spoken, some I know I have spoken to, and I got what I expected I was going to get, which was mind your own business. So I'm not doing it personally again. I'm doing it here now. And you can still tell me to mind my business, but it just needs to be said. Please, when you're going to God's house, just think about it. If you were going for an interview, how would you dress for the interview? If you can spend that much time thinking of your appearance just to go for an interview, then think about the fact that you're going to the house of God Almighty, of your Creator, of your Father in heaven, you know? And Dress appropriately. I just don't know what else to say now. I'm sure you look absolutely fantastic with something that is a V-neck but doesn't plunge all the way down. You look absolutely fantastic in a skirt, in a pantsuit, but doesn't show the underwear that you're wearing. You are beautiful. You need, maybe you just need to go and stand in front of a mirror and say to yourself, I I don't have a mirror in my house. This is the truth. I have the mirror in the bathroom, the one that comes with the toilet, and that's it. I don't have a mirror in my house. I make up in my car. But I think I am used to, this is my body, this is what I should wear, this is what I shouldn't wear. Yes, I do have some misses sometimes, but you can do this. Look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful as I am. Yes, I'm looking good. Yes, I don't know. I love my shape. I love my figure. Just do whatever it is that you need to do that's going to help you. But you need to really stop going to the house of God with your boobs showing. You need to stop going to the house of God with your underwear showing. You need to stop when you're wearing a white dress. This I thought everybody knew. If you're wearing something white, a white top, a white dress, you don't wear white underneath. You wear black. So we can't see what the underwear is. Your bra strap is underwear. Your bra is underwear. I shouldn't be seeing your bra straps. Yes, it was fashionable and now it has become part of the norm. That's what I'm saying. We took the Hollywood and we brought it in. It needs to stop. And I'm not going to say any more about this now because I think I've said what everybody else has said. And I'm like, I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. I don't know what is said in your church. I don't know what is allowed in your church, but I know I'm just done. I'm just done. And yes, when you see me and you're wearing something like that, I may not say anything to you. I'm saying it in my head. I hope I still have friends after this. It's been Coffee with Temmi. Bye for now.